Hi everyone, let's crochet this phone pouch together. It's designed to hold the phone. This fits a large 6.5-inch screen phone. The pouch is about 10 centimeters wide and around 18 centimeters tall. You can adjust the height by sewing higher or lower. There's some space inside, so you can accommodate your phone's thickness. The strap uses adjustable sliding knots. Length can be customized as needed. Let's start crocheting. We'll use two colors. I chose light purple and milky white. Use a 4mm double-ended hook or 2.5mm single-ended. We'll crochet two panels. Each panel uses opposite color dominance. One side is mainly light purple, the other is mainly white. Melt the end of the synthetic yarn with the leather to prevent fraying. Hold the yarn as shown, wrap around fingers, cross over, and start a foundation chain. Begin with 3 chain stitches and mark the start. Work 11 double crochets into the ring, 12 total including the chains. Join with a slip stitch to the starting chain. Fasten off and pull tight. This completes round 1. Attach the second color yarn where we joined earlier. Make 3 chains and start new round. Use 2 yarn overs for extended double crochet. Keep tails inside for a clean finish. Work in complete extended double crochets and group them together. After combining, make 3 chain stitches and repeat in the next stitch. Continue hiding the yarn tails and crocheting in pattern. This round has 12 clusters, matching the 12 stitches from the first round. The rest follows the same method. Continue on your own. Once the tail is secure, trim and melt it to finish. Continue the same extended stitches, combining into groups and chaining in between. This round has 12 sets. That means 1 set on each double crochet. After finishing that, go to the first one. This is a shaping stitch. Slip stitch into the first chain on top. Chain 1 to fasten off. Then take the yarn, pull it through and cut it. Tighten it. We switch to our main color. Take the main color yarn, hold it firmly and place it on the back side. You can start from any of the holes. We'll hide the tail of the yarn here, so let's start from this side. Pull the yarn through. Chain 3, 2, 3, add a stitch marker. This counts as the first double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same hole. Hold the yarn tail up while working. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over first. Yarn over and make a double crochet. Pull the yarn through. Let the tail fall behind. Make another double crochet. Yarn over. Insert into the stitch. With the 2 double crochets plus the starting chain, that makes 3 stitches. Chain 2, yarn over and crochet into the same hole. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. Into the first stitch, make 3 double crochets, then chain 2 and make another 3 double crochets. This creates the corner. Yarn over, move to the next hole, Simply crochet 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Great! Now the yarn tail is long enough to cut off. You can also leave it longer, just pull it forward a bit. Cut it. Use a ladder to melt the end. Heat seal all the yarn tails, then tuck them back in to hide. Next, yarn over, go straight into the next hole. Crochet 3 double crochets. Each set of 3 holes will have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the corner, followed by 2 sets of 3 double crochets each. Yarn over. Just repeat what we did before. We'll do this for all 4 sides. One more, next hole, another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. That's one full side. Next side, move to this hole. Do the same, make a corner. That's the corner completed. Chain 2 here for the corner. The rest is just continuing with 2 or 3 double crochets as usual. Starting from the second round, everything's the same. Keep slip stitching. We'll begin in the corner space again. Slip stitch across the 3 stitches here. Second one, just pull it through. Third slip stitch into the space, 4 total slip stitches. Now we begin the second round. Chain 3 to start. You don't have to use the stitch marker here, but you can if you want. Let's go ahead and mark it. Now crochet the same pattern inside. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Back into the same space for 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We're keeping the same stitch increase. Yarn over. Same for the next space. That finishes the first side. Now yarn over, work at the corner again. Same thing, 1, 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. That side's done. In each of the next spaces, crochet 3 more sets. Here, 1, 2, 3, then the corner, 1, 2, 3, just like before. That completes the round. The pattern stays exactly the same. Slip stitch through the previous stitches. Keep slip stitching until you reach the corner. Slip stitch through the second stitch, then the third, and finally into the space. That's 4 slip stitches total. Done. Now same pattern again, right in this space. Like a little seaweed, it curves like this. We'll do 6 double crochets total. Start with chain 3 and add a stitch marker. Then make 2 more double crochets. Okay, that's 3 stitches, chain 2. Then go back into the same space and make 3 more double crochets. We'll keep going, count diagonally. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 rounds in total. At the end of round 5, we're going to finish off 2 double crochets, then 3, but only work halfway on the third one. It'll be an incomplete double crochet here. Now we flatten this out first. Cut the yarn tail. Time to change color. Take out the contrast color. Hold it tight. Insert from the back here. Pull the yarn through. Tighten both yarn tails. Slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. Place the yarn tail over the top to hide it. Pull the yarn through directly. After the slip stitch, chain 1, then pull the yarn through again from the same stitch. Make a single crochet. Add a stitch marker. Now with this contrast color, do 1 single crochet per stitch around. Make a single crochet into the third stitch here. In the gaps, also work 1 single crochet. After 1 single crochet, chain 1 right here. That's the corner. And make another single crochet. Trim this yarn tail off. Pull it slightly forward. After trimming, use a lighter to melt the tip. Then tuck it back in. Hide the yarn tail inside so it's invisible. Continue the 1 to 1 single crochets in the middle. When that's done, I'll show you how to work the corner again. At this space, make 1 single crochet. chain 1, add another single crochet, so chain 1 for the corner, and then keep going with 1-to-1 stitches on this side. Just continue forward. Alright. Now we're at the final stitch of the round, and at the slip stitch spot, this is the stitch where we change color. Don't crochet into it. We'll do an invisible join instead. Pull the yarn all the way out. Thread a tapestry needle, insert it where the stitch marker is. Good. Now go through the top of the first stitch, then down through the center of the last stitch made. It's just like forming a real stitch. Tighten it up this way. The round ends smoothly and the seam is invisible. Now hide the yarn tail in the back. Tighten it and trim off the excess. And that's it. Both pieces are finished. After finishing the panels, let's start stitching them together. Flip the piece to the right side, take the bottom panel, fold it in half lengthwise. We'll start sewing from one edge to the other across the bottom. Align both sides by matching the center top chain on each half. Find and match the locking chains center stitch on both panels. Mark the center point with a stitch marker. These 3 center stitches should overlap, then count stitches downward on one side only to keep it even. Count around 12 stitches down from the center and mark that position too. This is where we'll sew. Thread a needle with matching yarn. Lightly melt the yarn tip with a lighter before threading. Weave the tail into the back first to secure it, hiding the yarn end. Now remove the markers and start stitching. Begin at the center point and work one stitch at a time across both layers. Make sure to align the outer stitches properly and don't twist the yarn. Pull tight as you go and continue sewing across the marked area. Remove all stitch markers They were chosen to help position the pieces. Now we're at the corner point. Match it with the opposite side. Sew through both the center chains and the next couple stitches to secure the bottom. Sew back and forth through these stitches a few times for durability, then continue sewing down one side, stitch by stitch. Once done, weave in the yarn tail to hide it inside the seam. Tuck in the tail well, then trim the end and lightly melt it to seal. It should be invisible now. Now we've sewn the base. Take the second panel. This is the front, and align it properly. There's a small opening. Don't worry about that yet. We'll deal with it during final assembly. You only need to stitch these 3 corner points together. Flip the piece over to the right side. As before, fold both sides inward. Use stitch markers to mark the 3 corners. Mark the top stitches on both sides and the center chain stitch. Mark the topmost chain at the center. These 3 stitches will be stitched together. Once aligned, start sewing from this point. You can place the seam slightly lower to make it neater. Sew downward and then around the bottom edge to fully attach the front panel. Once stitching is done, the front panel becomes the pouch flap. Count how many stitches are across to place the flap evenly. Mark 6 stitches from the center on each side, both left and right, to align the flap symmetrically. We'll start sewing the flap from these marked points. Leave a long tail of yarn for a full round of stitching. Lightly melt the yarn end to secure, then hide the tail on the inside. Weave the yarn through several stitches on the back to hide it securely. Now go back to the marked spot to begin sewing. Start from the inside loops of the stitches, sewing 1 to 1 on each side. Pull through and remove the marker as you go. Keep sewing using the inside loops for any seam. At the corner, stitch the 3 aligned points together as you did for the bottom. Sew carefully to avoid twisting the yarn. Straighten it if needed. Sew downward from the corner and continue joining the sides with 1 to 1 stitching. Make sure the flap top matches and aligns properly at the seam. After finishing the flap, continue stitching to attach the bottom part on the front side. Ensure the corners are matched and neatly sewn. Stitch back and forth to reinforce the seam. Continue sewing the bottom edge with even 1 to 1 stitches. Now the main pouch body is done. Place your phone inside. Fold the flap over. Sew a small button at the center front to finish. Now let's crochet the strap. Start by making a slip knot with the yarn. Chain 3, Then insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, repeat in the next stitches. Always insert through 2 loops on the side and pull through. Keep repeating this. This creates a spiral cord. Continue the same process. Pick up the 2 right side loops, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Work loosely, not too tight. Let's do it again from the beginning. Slip knot, chain 3, and insert into the first chain. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then pick up the second chain from the side and repeat. Continue working along the right side. The cord will naturally twist as you go. That's what we want. As long as you always pick up the outer 2 loops, the strap will curl and spiral nicely. Keep going until the strap reaches your desired length, usually around 110 centimeters. Once the length feels right, you can stop and cut the yarn. If you plan to sew the strap ends to the back, leave a tail. If not, just weave the yarn tail in and secure it. Hide the yarn tail inside the strap using a needle, then cut and melt the end with a lighter to prevent fraying. Now your strap is finished. If you plan to attach it manually, not sewn, don't forget to leave enough length. On the other end, align the height properly. Make sure the strap isn't twisted before attaching. Leave around 20 centimeters of yarn, wrap the strap end around twice, then pull both loops upward to secure. Pull tight to flatten it. This creates an adjustable loop. You can shorten or lengthen the strap easily. You can wear the strap long or short. The adjustment makes it flexible. That completes the bag. You can also sew both ends to the bag or use hooks if you prefer a detachable strap. Close the flap and your phone pouch is done.